Durkins here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on what will end up being a historic Bobby Durkins video. Now, I just want to go ahead and tell everybody. There's Prince 6'1". May there, buddy. May there. This Saint took me to the game. He took me to the game with Pigskin Pete. Louisville, Tiger Nation was there. Tiger Nation is there. How you doing? Washington Huskies. Everybody reach your hand out in a sense of prayer and pray for Washington Huskies. They started off doing what I thought was going to be well. And then they laid a big old golden turd. There it is. May there to all of you. Thank you so much. Tonight is going to be historic for me. This entire past summer, I told you that the week of the South Carolina game, that I was going to unleash musical goodness on all of you. And I know some of you thought I was full of it. And like my wife, some of you could have been right. But I have a song to present to you. I told you that I took my time. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning for 2 solid weeks. And I wrote 10 songs. Now, here's the deal. Only 5 are going to be released. Then another 5. But 2 of the first 5 is going to come up today and tomorrow. You might even be able to go on to iTunes over the next couple of days and I'm not kidding, and be able to stream it. And if you'd buy it, between me and you, I would appreciate it because it would feed my youngins. And it'd get my wife off my back of why I'm on here doing all this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to play just a little excerpt from... How many people here wants to hear this song? It deals with pure, unadulterated hate towards the Gamecocks. And we know those losers, they suck when they're winning, but dear God, they suck when they're losing. Whew. Everybody, Tiger Nation right there gave me so many E's. You could spell several different alphabetical orders. Everybody want to hear it? This song is the crown jewel of the album. Normally, you wait till last to bring out the good stuff. But between you and I, it's my show. I can do whatever the crap I want to. As long as YouTube don't cut me off, I can bend over here and whistle with my butthole. Here we go. This song is Go Ahead and Peck Your Dookie Chicken. Now, let's go ahead and stop here before I play it. All right? All right? Ron Dye, may there to you. Good to see you. Though we all eat chicken. I love chicken. The truth is that chickens will actually eat their own dookie. So I got to thinking in my Bobby Durkins mind. May there Durkins 2 or DR2K, Dr. 2000, whatever your name is. May there to you. But I got to thinking, you know, South Carolina sucks at everything except for women's basketball. And who truly cares about women's basketball? Anyway. I got a like as soon as I said that. What else are they good? Grafnar, good to see you, mate, there to you. Chickens eat their own dookie. And we're just fine with it. You'll hear people be like, I'm not eating rattlesnake. That's the devil's food. Well, hey, let me go ahead and tell you right now. At least the devil's food don't eat dookie. Especially its own. So, I figured I would write a song that would actually sum up what I think about the Gamecocks. And Lord knows it's just in time for Thanksgiving. The song is Go Ahead and Peck Your Dookie Chicken. And I want to send a special thanks out to one person. One specific person. A gentleman named Mike Horner. Now, Mike's one of those people, he's smarter than everybody around him. And normally, you don't like those types of people. But this guy's actually that smart. He's really talented. He's been a good friend to me. He's been a friend to not only Bobby Durkins, but Bobby Durkins Nation. And Mike, thank you. He didn't charge me a dime for this. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. If I went to L.A. with this, they'd charge me. Shoot, I'd have to sell Bobby Durkins Jr. and Bobby Durkins Jr. to be able to get this quality of work. But here it is. Mike, thank you. Thank you. I played guitar on it. I sang some of it. Had some of my family members come in and sing on it. And then Mike played some mandolin, organ, piano. Y'all send a big thanks to Mike Horner. Mike Horner is the man. So, and then I'm going to jump right in this Carolina prediction, all right? But here we go. William Murray, you said first-time chat. May I tell you, thank you, William. Lord bless you. May your life be enriched by the greatness that is. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to hold this out anymore. Everybody, world premiere. Hopefully you can hear this. I'm thinking about creating a YouTube video to where you just go in there and watch it. But I would ask, I'm serious, when I put it up, will y'all buy this? Support the goodness it is. There's not good crap left anymore. It always gets political, and I love the Lord, but, you know, sometimes people get too religious about stuff, or they like, you know, even Jesus would be giving stank face with his thumbs down. So here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Mike. Go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Don't do what you do best. Go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and the liners will do the rest. This is amazing. Take the fish out of water and try to make it drive the car. Even if you're drunk, you know we won't get too far. Just like those chickens from Columbia trying to play football, we'll rip their bloomers off and strangle them with their jaws. So go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Don't do what you do best. Go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and the liners will do the rest. Put grandma in a bikini and put her in a whole contest. You'd rather have your eyes burned out instead of seeing that mess. Like those losers from Columbia in the armpit of the state, running their mouth, pissing people off, claiming there's something they ain't. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and the liners will do the rest. Oh, go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and the liners will do the rest. Good eating dookie. You know Clemson plays great football, without a doubt. Oh, yeah. But you boys are really good at eating dookie. Oh, for a snack, 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 snack. Oh. So go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and I might as well do the rest. Come on, sing it, y'all. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken. Go do what you do best. And go ahead and make your dookie chicken, and the Packers will do the rest. Sing it with me. The rest, the rest, the rest, rest, rest. Yeah. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you right now, aside from Amazing Grace, you can't get any better than that. Holy piss balls. There's another song I'm going to play y'all tonight. It's going to be a long video. Lord, my wife might get up and kick me in the goober. I don't know. But it'll be worth it in the swelling, because tomorrow's Thanksgiving and I'll be able to eat and just get over it. Whew. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. One of y'all said I just burnt brain cells watching that. Well, that was brain cells you didn't need, you moron. That was good stuff. Let's jump right into this Clemson game. We're 9 minutes into this video. And all I'm going to say, let's talk about what Vegas says. Vegas says 26.5-point favorite. Let me tell you what Jake Bentley said a couple of years ago. Hey, college football talk. May there, Clemson, Carson, may there. Jake Bentley said 2 years ago, after a 56-7 loss, there's not really that much difference between us. Now, I know all of y'all sitting out there who's thinking with your butthole goes, well, that's a good leader, because a good leader will stand up for their team and have one of those Remember the Titans? Shut up. That crap don't even really exist. I mean, my God, my dad used to drive for all these big football teams and stuff, and when people were talking about Hurricane Katrina and how much it was on the minds of the football players, he said they barely even mentioned it, and they were football players down at, I don't know, LSU when he was driving for them. So did they mention it? Yes, but did they sit there and use it as something to fight? No, they didn't. That's media. Truth is never again. If I just got beat 56-7, I would have kept my mouth closed. I would have not said another word. I would have said, we got a lot of work to do. We just lost 56-7, but I believe in my team. That would be something that I would actually agree with. I would say if it was Clemson, if it was South Carolina, if it was Duke, if it was Doo-Doo State, we would say that would be something you could believe in, a statement that you could actually apply, but no, never again. My friend, you're going up against a team that year won the national championship, and I don't know if y'all really paid attention, recruited extremely well. You're playing in the SEC, and let's go ahead and say this. Y'all know me, I'm not a conference guy. The ACC overall is trash. But the truth is, most of the SEC is nothing to write home about. The SEC East has Georgia, and then who? Florida? Kentucky? How did they get to number 11? Somebody must have been drinking booze. Booze when they put them at number 11. Vandy? Tennessee? South Carolina? And let's get to the West. Oh, well, boy, the West is where the real talent jumps out. You mean to tell me, aside from Alabama, that LSU and Mississippi State couldn't put up a point, but entering that game, and now 4-6, Citadel could put up 17 points and hold the ball against Alabama and go in at halftime 10-10? An itty-bitty school like this? Don't give me that crap. I don't even want to hear it. Hey there, Uncle Luke. Good to see you. So what's my statement? I'll sum it up like this. Today I talked to a guy who graduated from South Carolina. He and I work together. I know him. He works on the other side of the cat shooting facility that I work at. And I would just ask him. I said, I'll be at the game, which, by the way, me and Tailgating for Tigers, yes, the legendary Tailgating for Tigers, he and I will be going around Death Valley interviewing Gamecock fans. That'll be worth, oh dear God, we might break the internet on that. Kim Kardashian thought she broke the internet. We will. But anyway, hey there. Halo, may there, Tiger Nate. Good to see y'all. Tailgating for Tigers, talk to him tonight, man. We are going to have a good time. We're going to start off at the SO Club and then disperse. It's going to be amazing. Cruz Madrid, good to see you. But I want to tell you something. I want to be very, very clear to you. I want to be very, very clear to you. South Carolina has been a team that has ran their mouth more than you could imagine. And this South Carolina grad that I talked to today, I asked him, I said, hey, you going to the game? You know what he looked at me and he said, no, I'm not going to go watch that. If you get on the internet, you pull up tweets by South Carolina fans. What are they saying? You know, if we forfeit, we'll only lose by 2 points. In my entire time of pulling for Clemson, since the time I was a little boy, well, my daddy told me we will pull for nobody else but Clemson. We'll never pull for anybody but Clemson. And I can remember that, barely remember. I don't know how old I was, 3 maybe? If I can barely remember that. I've never remembered South Carolina knowing that they were going into a game that they're about to get absolutely every hair and possibly all of their toenails ripped off in the coming game. But this game, they know it. They know it's coming. I sit and I watch South Carolina play football all the time. Some of y'all sit there and go, why did you do that, Bobby? I can't believe that. You remember the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? It's easy for me to talk trash with a South Carolina fan when I can tell them more about their team than what they even know. I mean, dear God, they think they still have DJ Swearinger on the team. They still think that they got Marcus Lattimore. They still think that they got Jadeveon Clowney. Well, first of all, if he was there, he wouldn't be playing for you. He'd be on the sideline with, I don't know, the green nut or the butthole sweat. Have to take some time off. And Lord knows what they did to the rest of their players. I'm just telling you. Just telling you. Listen to me. Listen to me. And their 129 years of existence, they've only made 22 bowls. 22 bowls. I didn't make that up. Go look at it. And out of those 22 bowls, do you know how many bowls they won? 9. Do you know the biggest bowl they ever went to? I want to say early 80s or late 70s, they went to the Gator Bowl, and they've been to the Capital One Bowl. So at the height of their success, they were where Clemson was hanging out when Clemson was just average. Think about that. Put on your thinking cap. May there to all of you and saying, may there to me. Good to see you. It's worth a good mouth fart. No, don't let it be something weird like a bare butt fart. Some of you are asking yourself, Bobby, what is a bare butt fart? Imagine this. You get out of the shower, you're sitting there, you're wiping off what the Lord gave you, and all of a sudden the urge to pass some gas or take a massive fart just hits you. That is a bare butt fart. There is nothing there to take out or filter out anything that your rectum has protruded to your nasal crack. The truth is that once you put that underwear on and those jeans, it takes some of the nastiest away. The worst fart in the world is a bare butt fart. May there to all of you. May there, may there, may there. Bare butt fart is disgusting. Even more disgusting is them. So let me go ahead and break down some numbers. Y'all know me. I'm going to talk trash as much as I want. Never again. Doesn't that sound like somebody that got hurt really bad and, I don't know, they're in counseling? Never again. And the counselor's like, keep telling yourself that, Don. You'll believe it after a while. But it's still going to happen. This year, Jake Bentley is 177 of 272, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 2,244 yards. 9 interceptions. Now think about this. He started almost every game except for that one ball game. He has 2,244 yards, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence did not, listen to me, did not start playing, starting quarterback full-time until later on in the season. What, 5 games in, 4 games in? And then on that 5th game, which he was supposed to start against Duke, he got injured early on. Didn't even play that game. And he's passed 173 of 266. He's thrown 266 passes, completed 176, 2,095 yards. He's only about 150 yards difference. 21 touchdowns. And get this, a true freshman, 4 interceptions. How did that happen? Rico Dowdle, 100 carries, 498 yards, 4 touchdowns for South Carolina. Travis Etienne, on the other hand, who's sharing carries, by the way, 136 carries, 1,157 yards, 17 touchdowns. Brian Edwards, 42 interceptions, not Deebo Samuel. SEC teams, as bad as they've been, was smart enough to stop using the crust around their butthole to make decisions. They went, if we stop kicking to him, if we just double team him, we take away the best player they have. Go figure. Brian Edwards, 42 receptions, 659 yards, 6 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 43 receptions, 624 yards, 7 touchdowns. The difference between Clemson and South Carolina is we're about 7 deep at wide receiver who could start anywhere in the country, no matter who they are. South Carolina basically has 2 wide receivers, Edwards and Deebo Samuel. Also with Etienne would end up having more yardage, but, I don't know. We have Feaster, we have Lynn J. Dixon, we have Adam Choice, we bring in Rencher at the end of the game. Bobby, what's your point? Glad you asked. more yards has been spread about. South Carolina is averaging 38.8 points per game. I can't think. I'm sorry with y'all. I'm so excited that my song come out tonight. Clemson is averaging 44.7 points per game. In the past 6 weeks, I think, they haven't given up a defensive touchdown by the first-string defense. Points allowed per game, Clemson only allows 12 points per game. South Carolina, 26.7, basically 27. Yards per game, Clemson's averaging 520. South Carolina's averaging 429. They wish they could get to 500. 429. I mean, I keep going with this. What do we need to know about this game? What do we know? We need to know about this. I could sit here and I could talk about how they're still talking about George Rogers. I could sit here and talk about that they think that 5 years ago, when was the last time they won, that they would actually think that Stephen Garcia won them to or led them to that win when it was actually Connor Shaw that did it. I could tell you right now that they're still talking about Marcus Lattimore, which, quite honestly, between you and I, I think they shouldn't bring up Marcus Lattimore because they ran him so much. I'm just saying this is kind of bad. I know I'm going to take flack for this. All I'm going to say is Marcus Lattimore is not the person you want to start talking about other than being a good player and a good guy to bring into a recruiting conversation. And it happened all at South Carolina. Okay? It is what it is. I like Marcus Lattimore. I think he's a fine guy. He just made a horrible decision at choosing South Carolina over Clemson. That deals nothing with his knees. But all I'm saying is they can't even mention him recruiting-wise because why? Because mom and dads will look at their kids and go, wow, they ran him so hard. You saw what happened to him. 2 freak accidents to one individual at one school. I mean, it's the truth. I know that's bad. It's just the truth. How dare you bring up an injury like that? It's not towards him. I'm saying they can't even bring that up. That's how bad they've treated their play. Think about this. Think about this. Jadeveon Clowney. His last season couldn't even get him to play. And I don't blame him because you're going to make millions of dollars next year. I've said that over and over. And I've taken flack for that. And you know what I say to all of you? Shut up. All of you that's going to argue with me like that, just shut up. And, of course, he's Gamecock. I could care less. They can't even bring up Clowney because he wouldn't even play his last season. Bring up Lattimore. It makes people fear for their lives and what might happen to them. Bring up Sidney Rice or something. That's good for them. I predicted that South Carolina would go 7-5. And people told me left and right, oh, Bobby, you're dumb. You're crazy. Oh, you're thinking through orange-colored glasses. You know, here's the difference. Listen to me. Listen to me. Here's the difference between me and you. I might get some things wrong, but I actually pay attention to football teams. And if they have talent and they blow it and I'm wrong, do you know what that comes down to? Coaching. Clemson had tons of talent in 2010. They ended up firing their coach midseason. They hired one Dabo Swinney. You go back to that 2010 season, you look who was on our team. We were not a 3-4 season, a 3-2 season, 3 and whatever. We were not a losing team. But our record was. Why? Coaching. And I don't feel, and listen to me, I don't feel bad about saying that because Bowden, I'm not attacking him personally, but Bowden got paid, so I think he's still being paid by Clemson. He's not in a cheese line, y'all. Y'all don't need to feel bad. He's not working down here at the Walmart as people's walking out going, have a great evening, have a great evening. My life is so terrible. No, he's been paid lots of money. And did he do better than some of the coaches before him up to Danny Ford? Yes, he did. So we give him that. We're not going to be douches here, right? But the truth is, let's be honest with ourselves, all right? Let's be honest. There was a lot of talent that ended up losing some games they shouldn't have. He was there for years and couldn't even sniff 10 wins. We've had, what, 7, now 8 straight 10-plus win seasons? I mean, it is what it is. Here's my prediction. Clemson's going to come out strong. They're going to come out strong. They're going to hand the ball off. They're going to take some shots down the field. They're going to continue to throw the ball. They're going to protect Lawrence. And all I've got to say is never again means absolutely nothing. We live in a world where you can give beautiful speeches to people and people will bust out into tears and feel inspired, but they do nothing. All I really care about is doing something. See, you can tell me what you're going to do and say that's based off of what you're going to do, and I'm going to do this, but you don't do it. All I really care about is if you do it. Who wants to hear another song? I do. Good friend Mike Horner. By the way, let me go ahead and tell you this. I really don't have to break this down. I mean, it's just... Muschamp said this. Muschamp said, listen, Muschamp said, we are going to come into this game and we're going to throw some wrinkles in, some good window dressing for our offense. When did they become fashion designers? Maybe he missed his calling. I don't know if he realized this is football we're playing. Just last week, they had the Victoria's Secret. Don't tell anybody I was watching. Victoria's Secret runway show that went on, and I listened to none of it, never saw any of it. That's for my wife, because if she knew if I seen it, she'd castrate me. If y'all really like me, don't even tell her. But anyway, my point is, we got some good window dressing. You hadn't had good window dressing for the four teams you've lost to so far this season. And they ain't near been as good as Clemson. What do you think you're going to do with emotion and window dressing? And maybe we can, put the tie on up here and maybe adjust the pants a little bit down here. Maybe we'll run a little bit. Lose a little extra pounds in the stomach. Maybe not eat so much Thanksgiving turkey. You're going to get hammered Saturday. There's going to be people out there drunk as dogs that's going to still not be as hammered as you're about to get. They are going to check your prostate with their fists this week in front of God and everybody, and we're all going to laugh about it. You know why? Because in that 5 years you're running around thinking you're the king. You only went to Capital One Bowl and only went to your division title one time and still lost. Horrible. And in that time, we still beat Ohio State, LSU, and won the Orange Bowl. Even when we were down, we were better than y'all, even though you beat us. Good Lord. Go play in the interstate or something. Ladies and gentlemen, Clemson is going to win this game 56-10. That is my prediction. 56-10, Clemson. They are going to give up a touchdown on the second or third string defense. Yes, that's when they will the little kids down there in the wheelchair that always dreamed of playing for Clemson, but because of current ailments, they're not going to be able to. Though they will walk later. They're going to wheel them down there. They may get a couple of old people that graduated from 1948 to come down there on the field, and they're going to hustle up in their leather helmets, and they're going to be out there fighting, and that's going to be when they score their touchdown. And there might be a goal line stand. God only knows that. It's the truth. Clemson wins the game 56-10. We send those Dookie Eaters back to Columbia. Very excited about that. I'm going to have to do this fast because my camera's about to die. I think one of the worst things that could ever happen to somebody is to grow up a Clemson fan or grow up around Clemson family, but somehow something's warped inside of them so bad they're a Gamecock. And then one day they have to sit their family down and tell them, Mom, Dad, this is who I am. I'm a Gamecock. Song is called simply, He's a Gamecock. Get your toilet paper out. Cry. I might weep.
We grew up side by side, but he never was quite right. He acted different. He had a weird look in his eyes. He turned 18, sat his family down, told all of us this is who I am. And what he said almost put his daddy in the ground when he said, I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock, I'm a Gamecock. And that explained everything wrong with him. He flew the chicken flag and wore that ugly old hat. And after that day, we never spoke to him again. Everything that he had,
You know people like this.
was covered in garnet and black. The SEC is all he ever talked about.
It's true. That's all they ever talk about.
He said Clemson always cheats. They have meth in their cleats, and Dabo Sweeney is overrated. Oh, that's when I screamed, hey, you're a Gamecock.
Sing if you know the words.
Oh, a stupid Gamecock.
Stupid Gamecock, and after that day, we knew what was wrong with him. Let the Lord bless you.
The stupid chicken is his ringtone. All his logic is long gone. And after that day, we never spoke to him again.
A moment of recitation.
Grandma was laying in her deathbed. Called me over. Said, Bobby, come here, take my hand and listen to me.
Precious.
I'm going to be gone, and the Lord's going to call my number. And I'm going to have to go. She said, you promised me this. With all you are, you'll never let that pork, that chicken, lover, tear my casket. It was so touching. Even death had a tear in his eye.
After that day, we never spoke to him
You make fun of me crying, I'll stick my foot up your butthole and break it off. Listen, I gotta close this down. My main reason my phone's about to die. Listen, I just want to tell y'all. You gotta pull it together, Bobby. Stupid. I had some whiskey to drink. Man, TJ Lee, you've missed everything. You need to run back and watch it. I just put my new songs out. Known TJ and TJ's daddy for years. William Murray says, Bobby, you're about to go viral. I don't know if I want that. You know, you can treat bacteria with antibiotics, but once you go viral, you just have to let it play out. Here's what I'm going to say to y'all. South Carolina has talked more trash, written more checks with their mouth that their butts could not cash. They're getting butt kickings left and right. They are the most delusional fan base I've ever met in my entire life. I've met tons of fan bases. Between you and I, University of Miami hates me, Florida State hates me, and right back at you. And some people says hate is a strong word. Good, that's what I was actually going for. You morons, your seasons end up like, I don't know, watching two monkeys slap each other in the face and think that we were actually going to get some type of outcome that would be productive. South Carolina, you're going to lose. You deserve to lose. You are losers. You are what you are. It would be one thing if you're a worthy opponent, but even in your best days, you were still whiny little buttholes that every one of us wanted to, I don't know, kick. I look forward to this, and one Dabo Swinney's going to get another win. He's going to kill them. He's going to beat them, and then we're going to be off to another team that we're going to victimize in Charlotte for the ACC championship, which you're going to joke and say, well, we're in the SEC, and the ACC sucks. Isn't it funny that even though the SEC is down, you guys cannot even make it. Can't even make it to go play Alabama, to only get beat. And the question for you is, when was the last time you beat Alabama? Oh, 2010. And that's right, you did beat them, but it's been 2010. We've played them more than you have in the past 10 years. Congratulations on that. Of course, you're going to talk trash about Stephen Garcia, who graduated 5-10 years ago. Him winning and beating Alabama. You will barely play Auburn. You'll barely play LSU. And God knows if you could get away from Georgia and Clemson, you would. You're in the SEC where you beat your chest about playing Kentucky, but you lose to them. You play Vandy, and they beat you sometimes. Georgia now owns you. I mean, the worst nightmare for you is that Kirby Smart became their coach. I can keep going on and on about how bad you suck, about the 22 bowl games in 129 years, and you're 9-13 in that. And the best bowl game you ever went to was between the Gator Bowl and, I don't know, Capital One Bowl. You can talk about hits around the world. You can talk about 5 years in a row, but I want you to know you can win 20 years in a row, and we still have a sizable lead on you. Gamecocks, you were born to lose. And for all of you who can actually stick around and continue to pull for those dookie eaters, good for you. You've got a much better stomach than I do. But for me, I enjoy watching teams that I don't know like wins and has a lot of talent. You can hire somebody who used to coach at Florida, but I remind you of this and I'll leave you with this. If he could not win at Florida, how can he win with you? Just between me and you, just being honest, just between me and you made Steve Spurrier quit. You can come up with every reason in the world of why he quit, how he quit, what was the reason behind his quit. I think it was time to go. You mean like 5 weeks in? Are y'all really that stupid? And the answer is yes. He quit because somebody gave him his medicine. He hit like some type of mental dilemma, looked at his wife and went, why did you let me come coach here? That is what is wrong with you guys. I'm looking forward to us beating y'all this weekend. It's going to be fun. Do yourself a favor, forfeit, and go back. Me and Tailgating for Tigers are going to be marching around Clemson, interviewing any and everybody. And yes, he even asked me tonight to bring my guitar so I can sit down and sing those Gamecock songs to the Gamecocks. Lord, I'm telling you right now, I'm so excited I'm about to shake. Lord, I might even fill my britches full just out of pure excitement. Remember, subscribe. And if you hadn't subscribed, if you're like, Bobby, I don't even have an account. Create one just for me. Is that selfish? Lord, yeah. But the God will bless you. You can find me on Twitter at bdirkins, D-I-R-K-E-N-S. Also at the Bobby Durkins on the Instagram. Y'all remember, it's a big night for me. 2 years I've been doing this. 2 years. So people's asking where I can get the song. I'm going to have to upload it. It won't be tonight because it's getting late. I'm about to have to go lay down. My wife likes to see me with my shirt taken off every night. If she doesn't, she goes nuts. They wouldn't. But I'm going to have it up to where you can stream it online. If you'd buy it, it would help me. I'm going to be honest with you. It's 2 years I've been doing this now. I don't want y'all to just give me money. If you ain't got the money, please don't do it. Just stream it. Got extra little cash laying around. You want to help me buy some Christmas for Bobby Durkins Jr. and Bobby Durkins Jr. Lord, help me, because if you got kids, you know how they'll bankrupt you. It's like little bankers showing up at your house with smiles and You know your car's just been repossessed, but you love them anyway.